Going to be easy to brush off yesterday's market action. Hello fellow traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here, co-founder of MarketClub with your midday market update for Wednesday the 7th of March. We moved to the sidelines yesterday with a fall in the S&P 500. Did our trade triangle technology get this one right? We'll be looking at that today. And also, will the continued tensions between Israel and Iran keep oil prices high? We review yesterday's market action and see if this commodity is still in a valid bull market. We'll also be looking at three stocks on the move today. They are VALERO, VLO, TESORO, TSO, First Solar, and did our Market Club Trade Triangle Technology get these three stocks right? But first, let's go to the charts, and we're seeing the S&P 500. But before we do that, I just want to tell you a quick message on our Market Club Investors Summit that we have coming up this month. We have just a few seats left, and that's on the 27th and 30th. It's just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And you can call us toll-free, 1-877-219-1482, extension 10234. I'd love to have you come out and visit. I'll be there, and of course, and we talked about the markets and some strategies we have for 2012 and how you can really make the most out of it. If you haven't been to one of our summits, you couldn't have been to one before because this is our very first one. Try to make an effort to come out. I think you'll enjoy it. If you're calling from overseas, call the 801-341-3981 number. That's extension 10234. Hey, look forward to seeing you out there. So let's go to the charts and the markets themselves. Looking at the S&P 500, this is the big down day. Of course, we had an exit signal at 1340. That was from our buy point here at 1292. So we made 48 points profit on that one trade. And we're on the sidelines now with the minus 60 indicating this is a trading range, and we are going to be plopping back and forth here, but we're not in the market right now, except if you're a long-term trading, you remain long from this level here. But if you're an intermediate-term trader, you should be out of the market right now in the S&P 500. So let's go to our our portfolios. It's pretty much the same in the Dow. We'll go to the Dow chart. You'll see probably the same pattern. There's the weekly again. It's pretty much the same. But this market did a lot of damage yesterday. It can't be just brushed off as just a little pullback. This is going to take some time for this market to recover, and I would not be surprised to see it even have another low put in here somewhere along the line. Much the same with Nasdaq. And Nasdaq is plus 60. So these were all plus 100 just a few days ago. Now they're minus 60. There again, there's the weekly. Little bit of a pullback in that market, but nonetheless, it still does not look that great to us. So let's see how that plays out. Looking at our next market, the silver. Silver is a minus 60. A lot of minus 60s meaning it's a trading range. And with silver, you can look at a couple of things here that we're looking at. One is there's the weekly that came in, indicating the intermediate-term trend is down, as is the daily short-term trend is down. Even though it's up today, it still looks like it wants to go lower to us. And I think as we looked at this market yesterday, we put our Fibonacci tool in and just simply draw from here to the lows. And it looks like we can get down to the 3040, 3050 area. That's potentially where we can go from where we are right now. So let's go to our next market, which is gold, which everybody wants to know about. And gold is not acting well at all, in my opinion. Even though it's up today, it's up about 0.5%. It's still a minus 90, which means it's a strong downward trend. And if one looks at gold here, you'll see the pattern. Big negative engulfing line here, confirmed the next day. Boom, 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 boom. Little pullback here, little pullback here. I think this market's in trouble. I think it's going to continue to go lower. And if we put our Fibonacci tool in, you'll see exactly what we're talking about on this market. So click here, put the yellow box here, and click and drag. And you're looking at somewhere in the, let's just get a little closer, somewhere in the 1620 level if it's a full 61.8% pullback in the Fibonacci number. So that's what we're looking at, and I think it's going to happen by the end of this month. So I think we may see little pop-ups, maybe the 1700, but that's going to be resistance in my opinion, and I think we'll just see this market slowly erode as less and less people get involved in the gold market. So let's close it up. Go to our next market, copper. Copper is very close to a major support level, which I'll show you right now. The major support level we're looking at is right here, this low, which is 370. Very, very important low. We got very close to that today, 371.40. Didn't quite make it, so I think that's going to be an important low to look at. But generally speaking, longer term, it's positive. Intermediate and short term is a little bit negative on this market. So let's look at our next market. in the next market we're looking at is crude oil. And we're going to look at this market in two ways. One is obviously it's putting in a little bit of a performance, up 1% today at 105.90. We close this up to a chart, and I'm going to put a line chart in here. You can see if we scope this out, we still think there's a very, very big base here. You can see all our signals. The last weekly signal was at 101.70. We're trading at 105.90. This still looks very, very good to us. We keep drawing this picture, but let me take the trade triangles off and put my illustrator on just to give you the same picture we look at every single day. And I don't think it's the wrong picture to look at. So here's the huge base we talk about. You've got this huge base right here. We've had the breakout right there. It's not unusual for a market to come back and test the form of resistance, which is right around the 105, 104 level. And as they got down to 104.10, 104.50 today, I think it was, on the intraday, it looks like we're going to close higher today. However, the market did do some damage yesterday, and I think we may have to consolidate, but I do think this market's going to head up to the 120 to 125 level basis the spot. We're looking at the crude oil, the April contract. Looks like it's got a lot of base under here. We talked about this huge base, which starts in May and ends right now here. We're also in March, but we only have this little bit above the market. So this is all we have above the market. I think we'll take that out and go much higher. So let's see how that plays out. But generally speaking, still bullish on this market. Our trade triangles, let me just clear this off the screen. Our trade triangles are still 65 back into a trading range. So this may be an area to watch very closely to get long this market. And we also have some interesting stocks we're going to be looking at in just a few minutes. So let's look at those stocks there. Looking at the euro dollar and the dollar index, the euro dollar is basically looking like it's a little bit toppy here. And also when you look at our dollar index, which is a plus 90, I think today, it's saying that the trend is very clearly up. So this market looks like it's going to have another leg down potentially, which would be obviously bullish for the dollar. So let's go to the charts and let's take a look at our markets that we'll be looking at today. I'll show you how to put those in. And let me just do a refresh because I think they should be in there anyway. And there they are. So there's what we're looking at. So the first one is VALERO, VLO. That's the symbol of VALERO Energy. Big trend today, up 7.8%, plus 100 on charts. And I want to show you exactly how we traded. So here's the monthly that came in at 25.86. It's currently trading at 27.13. And again, this is very similar to the pattern we've seen in the crude oil, but you may have more of a pop on this one. So let's take a look at our trend lines. Let's put a simple trend line through here. So we've got the, let me get that, we have the 3 points we look at. Actually, more than 3 points, one here, one here, one here, one here. Very valid trend line. You've broken out very clearly. You've got a monthly trade triangle, plus you have the weekly, the monthly, the weekly, and the daily all positive, indicating higher prices. You have a count from the 17 right here. This is 17. We broke out on the, I say 26. Let's call it, be very conservative. You could say 26 or 27, but let's say 26. So if you take 17 to 26, it's 9. Gives you, add 9 to this, gives you a 35 target zone. So that's what we're looking for with VALERO. Action, very positive. This, of course, is going to be a resistance area right around the 30, 31 area. But I think, generally speaking, we will see, excuse me, we'll see VALERO move up and trade higher. Same pattern as the crude oil. And just a very nice energy field here. I think it's going to take this market higher. So let's see how that plays out. And let's go to our next market, which is a little bit different story. So let's clear that off the screen and go to our next market, which is going to be, well, that's not a while. We looked at that one, TESORO. Oh no, we looked at VALERO. This TESORO, it's all the same, but basically this market's not quite in the same league as VALERO. It's still plus 60 trading range. It's sort of beginning to find its its way, but it hasn't really cleared these levels. What we need to see is for this stock to clear these resistance levels right here. This is definitely resistance. And if we get the market over this level, then we're going to take off to the upside. And you could probably say from 18 to the resistance level, let's call that 27. So you're looking at 9 added on to 27, so it'll be 27 plus 9 gives you 36, and that would be our target zone for this market once it clears this resistance area, which is a very important one. And you can say the resistance comes in, I would say, well, let's not guess, let's just clear the screen. And let's just go to our indicator right here. And you're looking at a high there of 29.40, so I would say probably over 30. You would be pretty comfortable buying it on a close over 30, or even a close over 29.40. But for me, 30 is going to be a big print on this market. So let's see how that plays out. And we'll go. Let me just give you another clue on this. I'm sorry. If we see a close over 29.50, I think that would be very, very positive for this market. 29.50. 30 would be a gift. So let's see how that works out. But let's look at another market now that isn't faring quite so well, and that's First Solar. Isn't it interesting? The energy, the regular classical energy plays, VALERO, TESORO, are all doing well. Yet First Solar, which is the new energy medium, is looking terrible. And here we have our trade triangles. Our monthly trade triangles came in short of this market at 132.17, currently trading at 26.19. Is it going lower? I think it is. I think this market could go down to 10, and I'll show you the reason why. So let's just scope it in just a little bit further, put our regular candlestick charts in there, and you can see, if we just put our weeklies in, you can see we had a weekly signal. Let me just take this off. We had a weekly signal on the 23rd of February at 37.88. So that's $11 ago. We had a signal on just a really short period of time, a couple of weeks. So you can see how much this has come down, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. And if you look at this on a maximum picture, you can see. Let's just clear the screen here of all our trade triangles, and you can see this market has really been on a strong downward trend. It had its glory days back here, and when crude oil was obviously hitting its highs, and energy, everybody's hot on energy, but this market is not looking good at all. And the reason I think it can go to 10 is this reason. I'll show you. Let's go just to the last 6 months. If you simply draw a trend line across the lows here that we had, and that's somewhere close to what it is. I'm guessing that's going to be, let's see, the low there, 30, let's call it 32 just for argument's sake, and the high here was 50. So 32 and 50, that's 18. You take 18 away from 32. So let's just do that, 18 away from 32. So I'm sorry, maybe it goes down to 14. That's I said 10, but maybe it's 14. I think we were looking at 30 to 50, but which would have taken down a bit. So let's say the target zone on this particular market, if we're right, is going to be somewhere in the region of the, let's say, $10 to $14 a share. And we're currently trading at 26 right here, and it looks terrible. The market doesn't look like it has any friends whatsoever. And look at the moves this market does have. It has fairly sharp moves down, very little recovery, and then boom, big sharp moves down. So this is, the symbol for this is First Solar, FSLR, and it's in a strong bear market to the downside. So let's see how that that plays out, and let's go to clear the screen, and let's go take a look. Last message is going to be our Market Club Investor Summit is coming up soon, the end of this month, and I hope you can make it. If you'd like to learn more about our summit and how you can participate and how you can learn some new trading tools and new techniques, give us a call at 1-877-219-1482, or if you're calling from overseas, 1-801-341-3981, extension 10234. Hey, this is Adam Hewis, and don't forget to watch our show today at 4 o'clock. It's our big TV show. Joining me, as always, is Jeremy Lutz, and we'll be talking about how we can look at these markets and make money in these markets, which are quite interesting right now. So lots going on in the marketplace, and you want to get your share of it. Adam Hewison for Market Club. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Have a great day.